What's going on, you guys? Welcome to another video. In today's episode, we are going to work on our Golf R again, guys. The air filter is pretty much due for cleaning, and I just basically cleaned this recently here. I dried it up overnight and applying our cleaner, and soon I'll be oiling it up so that way we're pretty much ready to put it back in the Golf R there. As you guys can see, I think I've mentioned this to you guys before. I have an open box concept. It's a Rock Euro air intake. It's not the most popular product out there. I think I would say it's very rare, but I really love this air intake given that the car is only driven in the summertime and not even on the rain in that sense. So it's really open through and through, as you guys can see. And there's no obstruction right on the front here, so it basically sucks everything, all the cold air into our air intake there. So yeah, it's really nice. I also do have an inlet pipe on this baby as well, as part of the whole 9 yards, I guess. And it's a BMS air intake, and you know, it's working really well for me. Also a turbo muffler delete in the process to kind of, you know, get that turbulence a bit refined. As you guys notice, I have my JB4 as well. So the car is pretty much stock, you know, just a piggyback tune right now. And as I mentioned in the past video, the car is now fully paid off and off warranty as well, and now I should be able to play around with the car a little bit more, given that it's completely mine to basically own and do whatever I want technically. So yeah, no, it's been awesome to have the Golf R as a vehicle. It is a nice car to drive around. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna be doing quite a bit of work on this car in the next couple of years, and enjoy the car in stages, that is, as I mentioned to you, in terms of the modding of this baby. So you know, it's going to be fun, that's for sure. So yeah, anyways, I'll be oiling the filter shortly here, and then I'll be installing it into the Golf R there, so stay tuned. Well guys, we just applied the oil, the K&N oil for the filter here evenly as much as we can. It's quite a mess here, but yeah, it's pretty much just sprayed on now, you know, even at the top there, and let it sit for about 10-15 minutes, and then we'll see again if there's any white spots around the cone there. But yeah, we'll then install it in the Golf R there. Oh, by the way, I wanted to give you an update. The sleepyhead here, it was his birthday just recently, a couple of days ago, and he is now 6 years old. Our Chester here is 6 years old. It's an old man now, right, Chester? You're getting older, boy. You're getting older, my baby. Whoa. He is always a cute little man here, always with me in the garage, basically, guys. Anyways, yeah, we'll be doing quite a bit of stuff in the garage. I wanted to actually do a service on the on our high lift here. Every 6 months, I do lubricate pretty much everything, all the hinges, the wheels, and the springs, and also near the motor there's a pulley that needs to be sprayed on, and yeah, because it's starting to make some sound. It's very quiet. One thing I love about this garage door is it's really quiet, and from time to time, if you don't lubricate it, you can hear a lot of clunking going on. we just completed the door service here, guys. We pretty much lubricated everything here, all the hinges and everything, the moving parts, the pulleys, bearings, the wheels. Yeah, no, it's a lot quieter now, guys. As you can see here, I'm gonna open it up for you so you guys can hear it for yourselves. Nice. Open nicely, guys, nice and smooth. Well, that's good. It's a lot quieter. At one point, it's vibrating a lot as it's going up or it's going down. So it does help when you do put some lubrication. This is what basically I use in the process. It is a proprietary product that you know, our garage door provider has given me. They gave me a bottle of this, which is really nice. You can use pretty much any of the silicone sprays that you can buy from you know, Lowe's, but this one here is the one I use until I ran out. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much done. I just wanted to actually give you guys an update as well in regards to our, you know, spacers that we have put in just recently. I would say there is still a slight vibration or you know, a bit of a wobble when I drive with the spacers. I do notice that quite a bit. It's just me, because I do notice a lot of things in the cars. Every little thing, every little sound, every little vibration, I could notice it. But I'm sure you guys don't care about all these little things in terms of your Golf Rs. But yeah, I do notice that vibration in my drive around the 120 mark, 110 to 100, over 110 mark. There is some vibration there. So I'm sure that it's something to do with the spacers and not the wheels being bent. I would say I'd rather just get the proper fitment on my wheels in the near future. Of course, I know it's expensive to get the new wheels, but yeah, well, we shall see. I don't mind really how stocky looking the Golf R is, the way it is right now. It looks just fine to me. I know some guys out there would probably rather have, you know, a better fitment type deal, but I don't really care at this point. In fact, guys, I don't know if you guys you've been noticing this black rim over here, guys. Have you guessed what this wheel is basically? Well, we have a Pretoria wheels, a black Pretoria wheels sitting here. I just purchased them recently. They're in pretty good shape, not too bad. Just a few dings here and there, but nothing that you can't fix. I have 4 in here, and I bought it off a local car guy here in town. And let me just put this away here. Yeah, I know I went out and got it tested, and you know, and see how well they are basically. And as you know, the Pretoria wheels are very finicky in terms of pothole and the whole 9 yards, and they're really light rims, but at the same time they're also fairly soft. As you can see, the first 3 are fairly okay. There's a bit of wobble there, -5, another -5, sort of a bend. The first one here looks okay. I didn't see any wobbling on this one. There's no bend. But the last one here has a slight bend. You can definitely see quite a bit more than the 3. So this, I'll probably get it fixed. You know, when I purchase it, obviously a lot of people probably won't notice the difference a lot of times. But this seller basically said there's no bends on them. But well, you know, there's one bend one, so I'll get it fixed. No problems. It doesn't cost to get it fixed. I've done the gray Pretoria wheels, and one of the wheels there, there's a slight bend that's keeping my ride unpleasant, and that's fixed. So in the process, we'll get this fixed, and hopefully by next summer I can actually slap them on to the Golf R with some tires on. I had some quotes on getting the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S 4S's on this tires, and it costs like around $2,000 to get it going. So we'll see. We'll see by next year. Hopefully we can get this guys in place, and then we'll try it out on the gray Pretoria wheels. Sorry, gray Golf R, and some people like it all black. Some people like it the way it is. You know, I do both like the gray Pretoria wheels and the black Pretoria wheels. But we'll see. I'll play around with it. I like my cars to look stocky, so we'll throw on the black tires, the black rims later on, and blacken the car. Probably get it tinted and darken pretty much some of the emblems in a whole 9 yards, and see how well the car will look with some touch of a black. Time to put our filter in, guys. As you guys can see, it's fairly equal now. The oil has been applied equally throughout the surface here, so it should be good to go. Nice. Bring the baby up. Working with one hand here, guys, it's always tricky. Yep, all good. Hey guys, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. As always, keep wrenching, but at the same time, keep safety in mind.